Good morning, everyone. My name is Margarita Flores, and I am accompanied this morning by Lilia Wetzel. We're both board members of Bethany House, and we are delighted to welcome you today for this very special occasion, one that has been years in the making. As many of you know, our mission at Bethany House is to feed the hungry and shelter the homeless. A pretty simple, straightforward mission, I think you would agree with me. And perhaps it might have been simple back when we were founded in 1982. Today, Bethany House provides more than a plate of food or a bed to sleep in. Together with a number of caring partner agencies, we try to identify the root cause of how our clients came to this very difficult situation. To better address our clients' needs, a new resource center was needed, one in which specialized partner network could provide comprehensive support to help individuals regain physical, mental, and ultimately housing stability. We're excited because this new center will have streamlined referral process, meaning that it's going to favor our continuity of services, a more efficient and coordinated system of help, and overall maximize our local resources.
Thank you, Margarita. To help us inaugurate our new resource center, I would like to invite Pastor Michael Smith of United Methodist Church to lead us with the invocation.
Good morning. Uh, I drive through here almost every morning. It just depends on how late I am in dropping off the kids, but I always drive by here, and I've been struck by the changes, the constant change, the constant flux. Uh, Downtown Laredo is the heart of our community, so I think it's very appropriate that this resource center be here. You know, my memories are a little different because this used to be Entex, right? And I remember walking in here as a kid with my parents to pay the bills and buying a gas stove and all those stuff so fondly. Uh, but I'm struck by this sense of community because if you come by here early in the morning, you'll see groups gathered out waiting for clothing, waiting for food, waiting to talk to a counselor, a social worker. So that sense of community already exists. What we're doing here, what's being done at the Resource Center is kind of bringing the best and the brightest together to serve those least served in our community. And believe me, the faces of homelessness, the faces of less have changed drastically over the years. Uh, don't be surprised if you see people that you recognize well, because lots of things happen in a person's life that can cause them to come and need this type of resource. But the important thing is that it's now better available to the community. So that being said, my prayer today is that that sense of community be renewed in those that serve and those whom are served. Because it's work, it's a lot of work, and that each of these, on both sides, they come together as one, and that they be blessed. Amen. Thank you. Excuse me.
Thank you, Pastor Smith. Please stand or remain standing for the presentation of colors led by the Laredo Fire and Police Department's Combined Color Guard. to the republic.
Under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. Now we would like to invite Dr. Victor Trevino, Mayor for the City of Laredo, for some remarks.
Morning, Dr. Victor Trevino, Mayor for the City of Laredo. As we all know, homelessness has always been a challenge in our community. And unfortunately, several individuals and families have fallen in difficult circumstances and may have a variety of physical and/or mental conditions. I myself have spoken to people and families that have lost their home and are living out of their cars. These phased expansions, where what we're being told, will create avenues of transition of out-being of homelessness and provide services to get people back on their feet. The city has also made a commitment to this population, a 24-hour facility for patients and families as a part of revitalization efforts of the downtown area, which we will see more in the coming year. Now, for example, in 2022, the City Council entered a 5-year commitment with Bethany House of Laredo for $979,000 annually. Yes. This was to ensure a long-term commitment to ensure the success and sustainability of the proposed homeless low-barrier shelter program. Furthermore, $1.95 million was approved to also enter into a contract with Bethany House for the proposed shelter expansion project. This funding is from the coronavirus state and local fiscal recovery funds and under the American Rescue Act plan. The new expansion could also be a possible step forward in bringing mental health counselors to the facility and addressing issues at the root cause. Overall, as mayor, I do want to thank the Bethany House for the work that they do, and I also want to thank the City Council for their efforts in addressing the challenges associated with homelessness in our community. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor. With us today is U.S. Representative of Texas 28th Congressional District, Congressman Henry Cuellar, who we invite to make some remarks as well.
Thank you, Leah. Thank you so much.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you. Good seeing you again. First of all, I want to thank Bethany House, all the board members, the executive director, and all the staff. They deserve a big hand. So, Lydia, thank you so much, and all the other folks that have worked so hard. Thank you so much for the work that you've done. Mayor, City Council, both Elisa and Melissa, thank you so much for all the work that you have done to make sure that we get here. I know in a few minutes I'll introduce a good friend of mine, Zuleika Morales Romero, which is the field office director for HUD's in the San Antonio office. So we'll hear from her in a few minutes. But first of all, I want to say to all of y'all, congratulations to getting to this point. I want you to take a snapshot picture in your mind as to what this is going to look like in the near future. First of all, we have this development that's coming in. Then, of course, we know that the Killams bought this area, and we know that the Killams family are going to be investing in this area. So we certainly want to thank the Killam family for this. I understand last time we were walking around with Carl, we talked about getting Gateway Community Clinic. As you know, Margarita, and my understanding is that soon they'll be over here at this corner. So again, it's not only good not only good what Elmo Lopez and team and Edgar are going to be doing here, not only good for the folks and the clients are taken care of here, but for downtown, for the senior population in this area, they will now have a clinic that will be providing services. So to Elmo, thank you so much to you and your team. Thank you for that. Again, this effort was done as a team effort by the city, by the different partners that we have here, by the Bethany House. But in particular, I want to thank the federal partners on this. The $7+ million are all federal dollars. As the mayor said, CARES Act, federal dollars, American Rescue Plan, federal dollars, CDBG, federal dollars, again, awarded to the city. But the city had the vision to make sure that they use the dollars here. So, Mayor, thank you for using the federal dollars at this particular area here. And as we know, for 42 years, the Bethany House has been providing services to the people that have faced poverty and homelessness. And it's very, very, very difficult for those folks because, again, if they don't have a home, it's hard for them to find a job. It's hard for them to find health care. It's hard for them to send, if they got kids, to send off the kids off to school. So what Bethany House is doing is something that is so, so, so important in providing these services. It's here in this area. This service expansion, again, is going to be something that will be provided, and I know that Carl and we've been talking about the efforts that he and the board have been doing. It's something that all the way up here that they're going to be constructing here, investment. So what does that mean? That means that meal services, emergency shelters, support services will be provided. 28 beds will be increased to 56 beds, so more of the clients can be taken care of here. All the supported services, where it's showers, restrooms, laundry, waiting room areas, 24 hours access to services will be provided. Again, Bethany House will be here 365 days, 24 hours. And again, thank you to Bethany House for what you're all doing. This one-stop shop services center is key. And again, Bethany House, with all the work, was good enough to work with some of the partners. And some of the partners that we have here are federal partners. They get federal dollars or are funded by the federal government, whether it's Border Region, City of Laredo Fire Department, Health Department, the Police Department, Roots Recovery, as you know, federal dollars for all the salaries that work there, Endeavors, Gateway Community, Laredo Housing, Neighborhood Works, Pilat, SCAN, Workforce Solution, all receive federal dollars. So I certainly want to thank the folks that administer those dollars here to make sure that the dollars get to an area like Laredo. A lot of times people talk about the border, but we know that the border is safer than so many other places. When we talk about the border, yeah, we do have some problems. But you know what we do here in Laredo? We roll up our sleeves and we get the job done working together. As the mayor mentioned, $979,000 for the years 23 to 28 provided by the city. Again, half of those are federal dollars. And with that note, I would like to ask Zuleika Morales Romeo, the field officer director for HUD, that has provided those federal dollars. The majority of them, some go directly to some of our partners over here. But I would like to have her come up here and say a few words. And Ms. Morales, I want to say thank you, because this is work that the federal government has worked together. And if you see this transformation, we can appropriate, but we got to have people like Ms. Morales that can direct the money to the right places. And Bethany House is certainly one of those golden jewels that we have. So welcome to Laredo again. Thank you so much.
It's okay.
That was Elmo Lopez's note, so sorry about that.
Well, that little wind took us by surprise. Let's see if we can give this a little bit of control here. There we go.
Yeah, I think that my HUD binder is not going to go anywhere because that's heavy enough. Well, good morning, everyone. Buenos días. Oye, qué bonito clima me han hecho esperar aquí en Laredo. Está muy hermoso, gracias. So first, I would like for us to thank Congressman Claire. Thank you for introducing me today. But really, we have to keep in mind, where does this whole funding start? It doesn't start at HUD, I can tell you that. It actually starts in Congress. So thank you for the work that you do. Thank you for representing your district. And thank you for making this possible for us today. And so once it passes Congress, and just as he said, it's appropriated, it does come to the federal agencies, right? HUD is one agency that receives funding, but there's several agencies that are also involved. But once we get the money, right, and in this case, there's formula money coming into Laredo, that formula money lands on your cities and lands on your counties. And it's up to them of how it's going to be spent. So I'm going to ask you to recognize all of your leaders in your community, starting with the mayor, Mayor Trevino. Thank you very much for the work that you do. I'm going to be remiss if I don't mention Tina Martinez, because we work together on a day by day with our funding. But then we also have to recognize all of those council members. Who's here from the council today? Can I just get a hands on? So we send the money in, you guys try to figure out what you're gonna do with it, and then they go into council to make the decision. And so that's how funding works. It comes from the federal side, it comes down to the local side, and the local side makes the decisions. And it's your leaders that we need to appreciate today. It's your leaders also that we need to appreciate that have started looking at homeless individuals as humans. We're all humans, and we need to look out after all of us. Am I right by saying that? If we start seeing each other as something different, we don't serve the main purpose. Sometimes, and I joke about this, and I'm a dog lover, by the way. I have 4 dogs at home and 3 cats, so I am a avid pet lover. But if I have to choose between a pet and a person, come on, guys, we have to choose the person. And today, you are choosing the person. Yesterday, when Bethany House was groundbreaking and now it's going to the United States, you guys are choosing people over everything. So you guys deserve that applause. Not me. You deserve that applause. Our goal with our ESG money, our goal with our homelessness funds is to take people out of homelessness. We have to believe that folks do not want to be homeless. They're struggling, and if we can provide them the resources they need to take that stepping stone, to take a next step, we have seen success stories. And success stories happen first with leadership that is looking at and has that vision, and the success stories is then taking and making sure that those people do get the services they need, and then they're going to take it on their own. So congratulations for the work that you're doing, but I will be remiss if I don't recognize all the partnerships too. Federal funding is just a penny in the bucket when it comes to this. Then it comes to local funding, then it comes to local partnerships and all those partners that participate. So I should recognize our local police department, Laredo Police Department, are you present? I can see you guys back there. Thank you for the work that you're doing. The fire department, is the fire department in the house? Thank you for the work that you're doing. I know there's a list of partners that I'm going to miss, but I want to make sure that you all know that I do consider and recognize that the work that you guys are doing is in the name of your community. Thank you very much for having me here today and being part of this event. We're celebrating. We're all celebrating today. Thank you. I'm leaving this here, okay? I'm going to leave this here so that way it doesn't fall.
Thank you both so very much. It is now my pleasure to welcome our District 8 City Councilwoman, Alyssa Cigarroa, to give some remarks of her own.
Good morning, everyone. It's an honor to be here today to celebrate Phase 1 of this vital project. Seeing this facility come to life is incredibly exciting and marks a significant step forward for our entire community and our efforts towards revitalizing downtown. Too often, when faced with the issue of homelessness, people turn away. It's a complex and challenging problem that many prefer to ignore. But thanks to Tina, our fearless leader at community development, along with every dedicated and passionate advocate at Bethany House, and with the support of Rosario Cabello and Keith Selman, Robert Marbut, our community leaders and local agencies, we all recognize the growing and intricate needs of our most vulnerable citizens and worked together to develop a framework that could truly make a difference. For over 42 years, Bethany House has provided essential food and shelter to those experiencing poverty and homelessness in Laredo. This new resource center builds on that legacy. Operating as a modified low-barrier shelter, it removes traditional obstacles to access. With 24/7 ability of essential services, and by doubling our emergency shelter beds, we are significantly increasing our capacity to help. With the collaboration among various local agencies, including the fire department, our local police department, Gateway Community Clinic, we're creating a coordinated system that greatly improves the chances for individuals to successfully get the resources that they need and deserve. This project exemplifies what we can achieve when we refuse to turn away and instead come together with compassion and determination. Congratulations to Bethany House, who have taken on this immense challenges, our partner organizations, and everyone who contributed to making this vision a reality. Together, we are making a lasting positive impact on the lives of our fellow community members. So thank you all for being here today and celebrating with us. I look forward to the continued progress and the brighter future this resource center will bring to Laredo. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Cigarroa, for your continued support. Now, let's hear from Bethany House's Board of Directors, my friend, President Mr. Carl Bartow. All of us at Bethany House feel very fortunate that we have a leader in him whose mission is driven, has relentless commitment to see our organization thrive, and abundance of compassion for the staff, for his board, and for our clients.
Okay, I'm terrible with these microphones, so is this working? Speak loud. I have a medical condition that causes tears to come out of my eyes at unforeseen times. So if you see tears coming down, it may not be because I'm overly emotionally committed to this project. It's a medical condition. We would not be here this morning without the help of every single one of you, and for that I'm profoundly grateful. This building is a very big deal for us. To get some idea of what a big deal it is, I'd like you to look at today's program, the back page of it. You'll see 13 different logos for 13 different agencies that are working with us as partners. That's new. They've worked with us in the past, but now they're all going to be here. If you count around the edge in the very small print, you'll see 17 different services that Bethany House is going to provide in this location. 16 of those are services that we were previously providing, but they're all going to be better now. The other 11, are all brand new services. Many of them having to do with drug rehabilitation and medical care are transformative. It's something that will be these are things that will be a real game changer. We've got the building. Thank you all for that. Thank you for helping us buy it. Thank you for helping us remodel it. But that's not the biggest part of this job. The next thing that we're going to do is more difficult. We have to build a culture that supports people who are homeless in overcoming the root causes of their homelessness. And to do that, we need two things. One, we have to build a culture with the people who are working in this building. If you're working in this building and you think it's an 8 to 5 job and you could just go home and forget about it, you need to work someplace else. Okay? People working in this building need to look at this not as a job, but as a mission. Everybody at Bethany House for the last 42 years has been all in on doing everything they can for the homeless. We expect the same level of performance from our partner agencies who are going to work in this building. I don't think it's going to be a problem. I think that they share our same experience in what it takes to work with the homeless and be successful in trying to help them. The other thing, part of the culture that we need to fix, is going to maybe be a little harder. Some of our clients have difficulty following rules, okay? And that's not a good thing for them, because if they can't follow basic rules that let them take part in the shelter, then they don't have much of a chance of getting a job or moving out of their homeless condition. So we're going to make it a policy that we will not put up with violent or aggressive conduct. We will not put up with bullying. We will not put up with alcohol or drug abuse inside our building. We will not put up with people not helping us maintain our buildings and this neighborhood in a clean and safe and sanitary condition. We want to work with the city. We're going to work with our neighbors to make sure that this is done. And that's pretty much it. I've got okay. A couple of more things. I wrote this down. Building the country culture is not going to be easy. It's going to be a learning process. We're going to make mistakes, but we will learn from those mistakes, and hopefully it'll help us be a lot better in helping people overcome their homeless condition. Before I sit down, and I know you've listened to a lot of speeches, I have to thank two additional people. Robert Marbut was mentioned. Robert, stand up. Robert is a consultant on homelessness. He's our expert. He's built, I think, 18 of these shelters and made them work. We could not have gone forward to doing this without him. The other person I have to thank is my wife, Maria Lilia Cavazos. Come on. She puts up with a ton, and I couldn't get any of this done without her. So Maria Lilia, thank you so much. Okay, again, thank you for your commitment.
Thank you, Carl. Finally, I'd like to invite Mr. Manuel Sanchez Jr., Pillar's co-founder and CEO, and one of Bethany House agency partners, for some final remarks. Thank you. Welcome.
Excuse me if I'm a little winded. I parked like 10 blocks away. But today is a great day for us to commemorate Bethany House and their decades of hard work to now be in a position to celebrate their growth and their service expansion. So I want to particularly thank Javier and Monica for what they do on a daily basis and their team of professionals that I can say I've witnessed firsthand the great work they do in servicing people with a whole multitude of needs sometimes beyond what we can comprehend. Issues that befall us as well. I also want to thank the board and Mr. Bardo for his leadership and what they do on a regular basis, because they make things like this happen. Certainly elected officials like Congressman Cuellar, Ms. Cigarroa, for what they do for our area. Without them, we would not be in positions to help people in the manner that we can. I am truly humbled today to have been chosen as a person to speak, because I assure you, we're part of a collective group of agencies that prioritize mental health services for our community. Our partners are Border Region, SCAN, Gateway Community Health Center, Casa Misericordia, City of Laredo, in particular, City of Laredo Health Department, law enforcement, fire. We all work collectively to make sure that our citizens are as safe and that their emotional wellness is a priority. Long ago, we started conversations with Bethany House about how we can bring all of our services to the population they serve so we could eliminate transportation as a barrier. Today is a big step in that direction. And it's through the leadership, through all the discussions and conversations that we've been able to make this happen. So I stand here with great pride to really underscore the value of partnerships, but more importantly, to underscore the value of being able to access mental health services, because they're for all of us. If we're not emotionally well, it's going to impact our decision making, it's going to impact our physical health, and it's going to impact the lives of our loved ones. So thank you all for supporting what we do, and I appreciate everybody coming out and celebrating together with Bethany. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sanchez. Before we conclude, I would like the rest of our board of directors that are present to please stand and be recognized. And thank you to our executive director, Monica Bautista. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now move to our ribbon cutting ceremony, and those that spoke, we invite you to allow us to help cut the ribbon. We will follow with some pictures and invite you for some refreshments inside to see the new facility. Thank you for being here.